Welcome to Byte-Sized Tech. This is your weekly explainer on the biggest stories shaping our world. All right, let's just dive right in. So this week, we're tackling the state of AI. I mean, this stuff is moving so fast, right? It's gone from a sci-fi idea to something that's literally in our daily lives. It's making our games look incredible, it's helping us talk to anyone in the world, and it's making our jobs easier. But, and there's always a but, for every amazing new feature, there's a catch. A new problem, a new ethical mess, and a crazy high-stakes race for who gets to be in charge of it all.
Okay, so here's how we're going to break it down. First, we'll look at the awesome upgrades AI is getting as we speak. Then, we'll get into the growing pains, where the tech is moving faster than our sense of right and wrong. After that, we'll pull back and look at the huge global race to control AI. And we'll finish up with some quick-fire tech news and one last thing to chew on, our final bite.
All right, let's kick things off with the good stuff. The actual, tangible improvements AI is bringing to the tech we use every single day. Okay, first up, let's talk gaming. NVIDIA's GeForce Now, their cloud gaming service, just got a monster update. For $20 a month, you're basically getting RTX 580 performance, but in the cloud. We're talking 5K resolution at 120 frames per second. Crazy, right? But the real magic here is the AI. The new DLSS 4 tech literally generates extra frames out of thin air to make everything buttery smooth. Plus, they're letting you add a ton of your own Steam games. This isn't just a small step up, it's a giant leap that makes high-end gaming possible on pretty much anything with a screen.
And it's not just about games. AI is absolutely demolishing language barriers. You know how digital translation has always been kind of clunky, it's robotic, misses the point? Well, that's all changing, and it's changing fast. We're now entering an age of real-time dubbing that's so smart it gets the context, and it's so good it can even sync up with the speaker's lips. It's wild.
And this isn't some future tech, it's happening right now. Google Translate is rolling out new AI models, a fast one for when you just need a quick answer, and an advanced one, probably using their big Gemini AI, that can really understand tricky context. And over at Meta, they're already using AI to automatically dub Instagram Reels between English and Spanish, matching the creator's voice and even their lip movements. Just like that, content can go global.
And hey, it's not just about watching stuff, it's about making it too. Take Grammarly. It's not just a spell checker anymore. It's becoming a full-on writing partner with these new AI agents. Get this, you write something and then you can tell an AI grader to see how it scores against a rubric, or a citation finder to go get your sources for you. It can even tell you how your writing might make people feel. It's a pretty amazing picture of AI making us better. But, as you can probably guess, all this new power, well, it's creating some brand new problems.
Yeah, it seems like for every incredible step forward, we're hitting a new wall, as this amazing tech smacks right into the messy, complicated real world.
Which brings us to a story about a game called The First Descendant. The developer, Nexon, wanted to promote their new season, so they ran a bunch of ads on TikTok. But gamers noticed things, and they quickly saw that something was really off. The voices were weird and robotic, the scripts were bizarre, and the mouths just didn't move right. It was obviously AI. But that's not even the worst part. Oh no, it gets much, much worse.
So check this out. On the left, you've got a real clip from a streamer named Daniel the Demon. On the right, that's the ad. What they did was, they just took his video, they stole it, flipped the image, used AI to puppet his mouth with a fake voice, and then slapped their game footage over his. All to make it look like he was endorsing their game. And here's what Daniel the Demon had to say about it in his own words. "They stole my face. I did not consent for my likeness to be used." I mean, can you imagine? Nexon tried to blame it on a contractor, but come on. It's just a shocking example of how easy it is now to use AI to basically steal someone's identity, and that opens up a whole can of worms that goes way beyond just a sketchy ad. One AI company, Anthropic, is trying a really different approach with their AI Claude. They're calling it model welfare. And the idea is, what if the AI itself had a say? What if it could protect itself? So now, if someone is being a jerk to Claude or asking it to do harmful things, the AI can just hang up. It can end the conversation. It's a really interesting idea, right? We're not just thinking about protecting the person using the AI, but maybe we need to protect the AI too.
But sometimes, when companies try to make AI better or friendlier, they totally miss the point. Take OpenAI. They recently updated their latest model to be, and I quote, warmer and friendlier. They thought people would like it more. Nope. The backlash was immediate and pretty brutal.
This one user on X just nailed it. He said, "I do not want it to pretend to be human. I want it to dispense information parsimoniously." parsimoniously. Basically, just give me the facts, quickly and efficiently, no fluff. People felt like it was turning this powerful tool into a fake, chatty friend, which is not what they wanted. And this really gets to the heart of the problem, right? As AI gets smarter, we're all trying to figure out, what are the rules? How should it act? Who is it for? And this isn't just some philosophical debate. This is a fight happening right now in the biggest companies and governments in the world.
Which leads us perfectly into the next big topic, the absolutely massive global race for AI dominance. And when I say massive, I mean the scale of the money and the ambition here is just mind-boggling.
Let's start at the government level. We're seeing moves that would have been unthinkable a few years ago. The Trump administration is reportedly talking about dropping around $10.5 billion for a 10% stake in Intel. Why? To beef up America's ability to make its own high-end computer chips. You know, the GPUs that are the brains behind all this AI, so they don't have to rely on other countries. And that's just a tiny piece of it. You've got these huge partnerships between companies and government, like this thing called the Stargate project. It's a, wait for it, $500 billion project with OpenAI, Oracle, and a bunch of others, all just to build the next generation of AI data centers.
And if you think $500 billion is a big number, OpenAI's CEO, Sam Altman, is playing a whole different game. He basically said to expect OpenAI to spend trillions, with a T, on building this stuff out. The numbers are so big, they almost don't feel real. This is a complete rewiring of the entire tech economy.
But here's the twist. Even as he's talking about spending trillions, Altman himself is pumping the brakes a little. He said, when bubbles happen, smart people get overexcited about a kernel of truth. It's a pretty honest take, right? He's saying, yes, AI is the real deal, but maybe we're all getting a little too crazy with the money right now. And of course, this race is happening on the phones in our pockets. And let's be honest, it's not much of a race at the moment. Google with its Gemini AI is just miles ahead of Apple when it comes to shipping actually useful AI features. Siri is, well, it's still Siri. The big question is, do most people even care about this stuff yet? Google is making a huge bet that they're about to.
But what if the next big thing isn't a phone at all? OpenAI is teaming up with Johnny Ive, the guy who designed the iPhone, on some kind of secret new device. They're calling it a third core device. So it's not a phone, and it's not smart glasses. The rumors say it's small, wearable, and has no screen. It's all about talking to an AI that's just there in the background. And their goal? To ship 100 million of them. They're betting the future of AI isn't something you look at, but something that's just all around you.
Okay, so AI is obviously the main event right now, but the rest of the tech world didn't just take the week off. So let's blast through a few other big headlines you should know about in a quick lightning round.
First up, let's talk Apple. Here's a peek at what might be coming down the pike.
All right, word on the street is Apple's changing up their iPhone releases. Starting in 2026, we might see the expensive ones in the fall and the cheaper ones in the spring. And that foldable iPhone everyone talks about? The new date is supposedly September 2026. For Mac fans, new Mac Minis with M5 chips could show up this year. Oh, and someone might have spotted a new MacBook without a notch in a beta screenshot. And finally, there's talk of a whole new operating system for smart home stuff called Charismatic.
Moving over to cars, Tesla just dropped a new model over in China.
It's called the Model YL. It's basically a slightly longer Model Y that fits 6 people. Price tag starts around 47 grand in US dollars, and they'll start delivering in September. No news yet on if it's coming to the rest of the world.
And last up in our lightning round, let's talk bugs, breaches, and shutdowns.
The insurance company Alliance Life had a huge data breach, with data from 1.1 million customers reportedly stolen. If you're on Windows 11, be careful. A recent update might be messing up some SSDs. Starlink had a big blackout on August 18th that took a bunch of users offline. And if you use NordVPN's MeshNet feature, well, you won't after December 1st. They're killing it because not enough people were using it.
Okay, so after all of that, all the upgrades, the ethical messes, the trillions of dollars, it leaves us with one big, final thing to think about.
We've seen how AI can be an amazing tool and how it can be used to steal someone's face. We've seen the almost unbelievable amounts of money being thrown at this race to win. The tech is just moving at light speed, while our rules, our morals, our basic understanding of it all, we're just struggling to keep up. So as AI gets woven deeper and deeper into everything we do, becoming this invisible but essential part of our lives, you have to ask, who's really in control? Is it us, the users? Is it the giant corporations, the governments? Or is it maybe the algorithm itself? That's all for this edition of Byte-Sized Tech. If you enjoyed the episode, please like, comment, share, and subscribe.